we could pull the lace tight, you know, both ways, and then stick it, stick it. And typically I'll cut it tight so there's no overhang. But then you can go with the masking tape on top of it,
tape it,
and then I'll go like this with my fingernail, and it keeps it. Then it sticks to the sticky double-sided tape through the lace, so it's kind of really keeps it down.
I didn't know how you would do it. So the two-face tape, and then you stick your lace onto that.
And
then you would tape the edge down even more on the edge. Do that. But then you have to also tape this off because you don't want no paint getting on anything else.
Yeah, whatever. Obviously, anything you don't want paint to get on has to be covered. So, like,
it's a thought process, a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit of thinking, and trying to not create double work, like even untaping, you know, and then your next panel, you know, because these are all, like this obviously was done. Like the other side, you can see that it's not all the way masked yet.
Yeah.
You know, and then outside of it, there's another littler outline panel all around that, as you can see the blue.
What?
And you can see the purple.
So what finish is this? Like what finish?
That's metal flake silver.
So you got metal flake silver on there right now.
On the whole car, yeah.
So you painted the whole car first, metal flake silver.
Yeah.
And then you started from there.
Yeah.
What grit did you sand that with?
This?
Like, well, yeah, what's that grit sanded with?
400.
400.
Yep. Anything more than that, you're gonna have problems where stuff could lift.
Right.
After you've retaped on it or pull it up, and then, you know.
Gotcha. You don't want to do that. That makes a big mess.
Yep.
One of your best cars is sort of like this sort of paint, not this far.
No, not all. This is too crazy, too much time. You know, why am I doing this? I don't know. I don't know why I do a lot of the things I do.
You only do what your brain tells you to do.
Yeah. And the Starliner was like way simpler. You know, this is...
And the Starliner was on the cover of...
Router's Journal.
Router's Journal,
yeah.
Blue and white.
But you end up with...
And it's gorgeous.
A lot of this.
What's that, garbage? Tape.
Tape.
Yeah. And it's expensive.
So, yeah, it's expensive. It's all FBS tape.
FBS?
Yeah, FBS is a company that sells fine line tape.
Okay.
This is FBS Pro Mass paper, which is very
all taped up for you in the whole bit, ready to rock.
Yeah, it really is very time saving, you know, quicker than a tape machine. Comes in different widths, lengths, you know.
You would want this on this kind of job, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's meant for custom.
Yeah.
You can see where it's
waxy.
got it's not really waxy, but where something's not going to burn through it.
Right.
Even though it looks like it's very thin and it would.
Yeah.
You know, something you got to be careful about, like this green paper. If you're pounding clear somewhere, it's going to bleed through.
So when you get this all painted the way you want to paint it, you've got on this side over here, you've got webbing. I don't know how to do webbing. You've got bubbles. I'm guessing the bubbles are circles that you've cut out.
Yeah, they're little circles. I can show you over here how it's kind of a mess.
Doesn't look bad to me.
Because right now I'm in the process of my next layout over here, and then I got all the colors.
And you're using Ace of Shades?
It's organized. Everything's Ace of Shades it's been like that since Ace of Shades was created, and we knew it was going to happen 2 years ago. That's when I made the decision to use nothing but Ace of Shades.
And you're using these for your circles?
That's the circles, all the different sizes right here.
Well, that now, would you?
Yeah, so really, the better way is with the plotter. It's a machine that cuts it out on the vinyl.
Okay.
And not only that, it's like a two-sided, so there'll be another adhesive backing on this, so it's easier to apply than...
I gotta go look at this for a second. So you got a circle, you got a washer there, but your circle, but your circle's painted on the inside.
Yeah, so it's like this. Here, I'll do a little. These, what I was using was for doing something else. Okay.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're cutting it at a tape.
Yeah. So these right here, I was using. I think for the corners, all the round corners.
Yeah.
Masking them off.
Right.
Like I'll use the outside or the inside. You know, where my razor blade.
So you're taking this thing here. You're putting this on a piece of tape.
Yeah.
You're cutting this. You're cutting that out on a piece of tape, and then you're sticking it on the car.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, like this right here.
Wow. And how many bubbles we got here?
This right here, this tape right here.
Yeah.
So usually I'll
See, you got some hearts here. Somebody got your heart?
yeah. So I'll just do a little length like that, like this. You know, everybody's got their own way of doing shit. So I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. This is how I was able to do it and make it work. There's different templates you can get that already has the circles done.
Yeah.
And you just spray over each one of those, and that's like a lot faster. But it was kind of flimsy, and then you got to physically hold it with your hand.
Yeah.
You know, so if you got a thicker plastic or even like a rubber, which I'll show you.
That way there you're able to stick it on and paint it.
Yeah, so I would just essentially do this. I don't have my glasses on, I'm wearing shades, so I can't see a goddamn thing.
We get the drift.
Actually, I think I got my...
Spectacles?
Here we go. I got my eyeballs right here. Okay. So then I would take that. Now I would keep that circle because I might need that. So let's say, so I take this over here, which I wouldn't do all that running back and forth. I'd be more set up over here. So this guy is probably this one right here.
Wow. And you're placing each circle on there after cutting it out.
Each circle. Okay, so now here, because this other one's on top of it, I need a little piece of that circle to cover it up.
Gotcha.
And then that's how that's done.
So you've got 1, 2, 3. Every circle is a cut.
Every circle's a cut. But what I try to do is, I try to do like, say,
And then you're just taking the...
6 of them at the same time.
Okay.
And then I'll even mark them what colors I want.
Yeah.
And then got all the colors set up so I can switch real quick. But in this case, I was using airbrush stuff, so I had all the different bottles all set up here.
So you're just going around the gun really easy around the...
Real easy around the outside edge.
Show me how you do the cobwebbing.
The cobwebbing is essentially, there's a couple different ways to do it. You could do it with unreduced lacquer, like a clear lacquer, and then tint it with whatever color you want. That's one way to do it. The effect is what's going to be is the type of the gun. The finer the gun, the finer it's going to be. The bigger the opening, say like a primer gun with a 2.5 tip.
Yeah.
The bigger the effect. This I used, it's an additive that you mix 2 to 1. So the web maker and then the base coat color, and you just mix it up and just with whatever spray gun you want to use. It's a lot easier, lays down flatter.
Yeah.
Where the lacquer is kind of thicker, it's going to take more clear to bury it.
So basically the same thing happened here.
Yep.
With these diamonds.
Yeah, as with the circles.
As with the circles. Holy rootin'.
And they're not just a square diamond, so it was even more complicated because they're a certain round.
Right.
So I used different sized circles.
And you really want to take your time putting it on too. If you don't tape it up nice and tight and right, you're not getting a nice crisp line.
Well, that's what's nice about that FBS, that rice paper tape.
Yeah.
It's nice and thin, so you're not going to get a big edge, as you can feel. You can't even feel an edge.
I'm not going to.
The Starliner is the same way.
Okay. So did he just tell you that you just go do what you want to do?
No, he didn't tell me that. That's how it goes. You don't.
So you don't listen very well.
No. So I'm trying to get.
You got kicked out of school early then.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the actual design of the panels. You know what I mean, right there.
Yeah.
And then, there's the layout, the first layout of all the lines before everything's masked. So it's pretty much the layout's kind of Watson style.
Yes.
But here we go. That's how we're getting to the.
You're getting to the nitty gritty now, are you?
Yeah, the top of the car. Kind of can see.
Yeah. You sort of got to paint it backwards, do you not?
Yeah.
Sort of? Like you have to paint, like if you're painting, what can I say? If you're, the webbing's first and then, I see what you got going on. That's pretty. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Look at that now, would you? What's this paint job going to cost?
$50 million.
$50 million. Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Has that ever been done?
Yeah, all these different techniques have.
Okay,
but this probably not.
So you've taken the fade, or what would you call these lines?
Just fades.
Coming into a lathe. That's
into
cool.
a lace, and then there's all the colors are faded different. And then if you notice, like, see how that fade here is purple?
Yeah.
That fade's blue. So throughout the whole car, like, it's blue all around here. So then this next fade here is purple. Then the one over here, so no two colors are near each other. Keeps changing everywhere. And those are roses.
Roses are red, I hope I don't
Still got some detail stuff to go in there.
So you've changed that, you see, you're not doing the lace on that side, or are you doing the lace on that side?
No, it changes each side. Webbing, lace.
Okay.
So throughout the whole thing, if there's webbing here, then this one's lace, webbing, lace, webbing, lace, and then from right to left, everything's the opposite.
So you're the only one who's touching this, obviously.
Yes.
You're not getting someone else to mess with it because they would get mixed up, would they not?
Yes. I mean, I'm mixed up, and I'm the guy that. So this is the bubbles, and then the French antennas.
Okay. Do you know what the evil eye is? Is that what it is, Joey? The evil eye? You need to put the evil eye in there somewhere.
Yep. But anyway, there's that, how it is. After
I like
it was
that.
cleared.
I like this going into the lace. That's cool.
Yep.
The lace. Are you using like a coarse lace or a fine lace?
I use, well, like all the lace on this is different rose patterns. So there's probably 6 or 8 different laces used on this car, and none of them are the same. So then, like on the other side, this side's webbing. The other side's lace, so it comes down the top of the panel, smaller rose lace, and once it gets into here, it's bigger rose lace, and they fade into each other, and then it turns into the bigger rose lace here.
Can you show me?
And then the two fade into each other.
Can you
the
show
lace to the webbing.
Can you show me the lace that you're using?
Sure.
Sure.
Well, I'll bring it over here.
Okay. This is my friend Alex Gambino. I've been here, not here, I was at his other shop a couple times, playing around, hanging out, having fun, and we're at the new shop, and Alex is going to show me the lace that's going on this car.
So this is some of the lace that was used on this car, so there's different, see that's smaller.
Where would you buy that at? The lace store?
The lace store. Well, any fabric store is going to have lace.
Yeah.
I think there's stores like Jan and Ann or something like that, and there's different craft stores. There's Hobby Lobby. They all have lace. So, like, typically, whenever I'm doing a lace paint job, or if I got time or extra money and I see a store you can buy it, I'll buy it and just save it.
Okay.
And I just collect it.
How would you know there's a rose in there? Like, I can't tell a rose
Right
in there.
here, you see it? That's a rose.
Okay. Okay.
And see how it's a smaller rose?
Right.
And then, like this is bigger rose.
Yeah, you can see where you sprayed it.
Yeah.
I can see the roses in that.
Yeah, you can see where.
See, this is, yeah, okay.
It's just another one.
When you lay that lace down on the car,
Yeah.
does it have to be tight?
The tighter, the better. Like, what I do when I'm doing lace is, everybody's going to have their own way to do it. What I do is, let's make pretend we're going to do lace right here.
Okay.
All right, so we're all masked. What I do is I get double-sided tape. This right here is double-sided tape, which you can't get anymore. You got to. So now it doesn't come in that big roll. Now it actually comes in. Let me find it.
I'll just sit right here, and then you can walk around me.
Oh, dang it. Thought it was in this bag. Oh yeah, here it is. So it comes in this like this, which is better now because it's regular.
So it's sticky on both sides?
Yeah.
I've never. Well, there you go. Look at that now, would you? Okay.
Sticky on both sides. Where this was a bigger roll, but you had to cut it with a razor blade.
Right.
So
that's nice to have it that way.
So this you don't have to. So what I do is I would go and run this all the way down here like this.
How many coats of clear are you going to put on this car to bury that?
Well, when it's all said and done, this final clear on this car will probably be 6-7 coats, so everything can be sanded flat.
I'm starting to learn that's normal, 6-7 coats to get it.
Well, that way you're not going to burn any edges and everything can be sanded flat.
Right.
Everywhere. You can polish every edge, every surface.
Gotcha. And then it looks like a mirrored paint job, but all this work has been done underneath it. You're burying it.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I want to do a lowrider.
Huh?
I don't think I want to do a lowrider. You enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. And then this is to keep track of my colors that for all the fades.
Yeah, okay.
The hardest thing is when all this shit's covered up, I don't know if any of this fucking shit's gonna match. You know, I don't know what was done over here, so I did this, so I know where all the fades around everything, what colors they need to be.
Wow.
It's kind of like
that's
a
all I
wiring.
can say is wow.
Kind of like a wiring diagram.
Like a wiring diagram, but same thing.
Yep.
Wow. And you're taping everything off with a fine. And another thing too, just taping it off and getting the panels looking the way you want to get them, to get the right distance between everything, just to even get started to make a panel inside of a panel.
Yep.
It'd be quite a bit of time, would it not?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
It all depends if you want it very symmetrical and measured out, which I typically at some point do, but I try to pick, say like widths like where I could use tape.
Right.
Say like a 2-inch tape and a 1-inch tape.
That makes sense. That's what I do
And
a
then
lot.
I can just run it down and then run the fine line on the outside of each. It's easier because it's really hard to pull a straight line from one end of the car by yourself all the way down. You know, you're doing it over
Do you get
and
that?
over.
How we done that? Exactly
Yeah.
how we put that interior together. We tape the outside line with the tape, and then.
I'd rather get a guideline laid out. For me, it's faster.
Yeah, awesome.
You know.
I just learned something.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to pull the line on the whole car, use the tape for your distance, and then go with it.
But typically, all these panels are separated with about 1.5 inches silver around everything around the whole car.
Okay.
So it kind of looks symmetrical.
Yeah.
You know, I want it to be the spacing looking even from standing back. You know, there's
Same way I chop a car with tape. Same thing. Yeah, awesome. I didn't know if you were standing back and pulling it on like a pinstriper does or not, but you're using tape to separate everything.
To me, doing that, it's just not going to turn out straight. Like on top of the car, I'll figure out where it starts and the same measurement where it's got to land, and then I'll just keep dropping it till I hit my mark.
Yeah.
And it looks straight. If it looks straight, it's got to be straight. I don't care.
If it looks good, it is good.
I don't care what it measures.
Right.
You know, it has to be aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But this type of stuff is not for everybody. You know,
I get that.
This car is done in a way of I'm 16 years old building my second lowrider. That's my thinking.
Gotcha. That's what you liked as a kid. That's what you wanted as a young person.
I grew up in the 70s in that era.
Yeah.
You know, and the 70s style lowrider thing right now has kind of been resurrected and it's kind of big right now. Not as big as I'd like to see, but there's a handful of people that really get it. You know, and it's essentially more of a mild custom car than a lowrider because they're all shaved, nose decked, custom grills, headlights, taillights, you know, and crazy paint.
Right on. So basically, you can do anything you want to.
You can do anything you want.
As long as it's pleasing to your eye.
That's
basically
to each his own.
Well, like that car what's it called? The Gypsy Rose?
Yeah.
I mean, that car there, to be honest with you, some people would not appreciate it.
Yeah.
And people that know do.
Yeah.
So it's a matter whether you can whether you can handle it.
It's a matter of taste. That's why there's 31 flavors, because not everybody likes the same flavor.
Where's these 31 flavors at?
They're around. There's one in Manteca.
Huh. What is it called? 31 flavors for what?
Ice cream.
Oh, okay.
It's like you go in a 7-Eleven.
Right.
There's like 57 different types of energy drinks.
Yes, okay. You pick the one you like.
There's too much.
What do you use for an energy drink?
I don't need energy. I'm my own energy. This is energy.
Right on.
I drink espresso is what gets me going.
Well, that's your choice.
Yeah.
Espresso.
Yeah.
Alex can make any kind of coffee you want, and I know that because he's made us different types of coffee many times.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
What else would you like to show us? Can you show us anything else?
Yeah, we'll do some other stuff. We might even do some painting.
Okay.
And then I'd like to talk maybe about the Busonic.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk a little bit about the T-Bird. And
that's another taste. The Busonic.
Another taste. Yeah, the Busonic. That's another taste because it's the canted headlights. It's another car that's not for everybody. I think I'm into the stuff that's not for everybody. Just like my shoes and socks. You know, it's like
he wears 2 socks on 1 foot.
Yep. Different, but it's like this. What is there, 7 billion people on the planet?
Yeah.
Everybody wears the same shoes and socks. I don't. So, it's not for everybody, but it's for me. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know, it's what floats my boat.
You don't give a fire truck.
I don't give a fire truck.
Right on.
Yeah.
Did you paint that woman up there?
Yeah, I did that. That's one of my first masterpieces. Then Alan went up there and put some pants on it. That's
a Mona Lisa.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit
or
that
a Picasso.
Was in the damn building when we got this place.
Does Susie know?
What's that?
That you have another one?
I'm not sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got the Ace of Shades.
That seems like
logo. What's that?
That seems like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Whoa.
It's probably, you know, what am I making? $2 an hour here?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, it's what I want to do, and it's pleasing to me, to the mind, and yeah. So hopefully we'll get some measurements here, and we'll do a little.
She's got another thing going on up here.
We'll do a little bit of this right here.
So you're doing that obviously with this piece right here.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of sandpaper, is it not?
No, that's not sandpaper. But the roof, what I did was, I used.
Seemed like.
I used this.
And just spray it around.
The roof, I was able to use these.
Look at that now. Would you use the funnel?
Funnel, because it's round. It's
Yeah.
easy to hold. This. But on the side, I can't use this because, you know, you got a curve. Nothing's, you know, there's curves in the way of stopping
To
me
laying
from
it flat.
Yeah, being able to lay it flat. So here what I did was I took rubber and cut 2 different radiuses, because I need 2 different radiuses. The smaller radius will go here, and then I'll paint, move. These are all going to be 1.25 inches apart, and then I got it measured all the way down where it stops and starts, and then I got it the corner measured and where it's going to go, just so it kind of looks the same evenness. But obviously when I get to the corner, I'm not going to be able to use this because it's not going to be long enough to reach. So, and this one's not even long enough, so I have to cut another radius that's big enough to, so it gets that effect. And it kind of looks like some psychedelic shit like an acid, and that's really what most of this...
Did you ever do that when you was a kid?
Oh yeah, that's mostly what this paint job's about is, you know, frying on a good hit of LSD. But yeah, so it actually looks like it's moving.
Well, it's a trip for me.
Yeah.
To look at it. What do you think? It's quite something else.
Yep. Yeah, this one
And a person don't realize.
so I use this for this one here, the spray cap.
Yeah, for the smaller radius, for the smaller,
for
lay
the
it flat.
smaller one.
Yeah,
And then I use that one for the bigger
longer one.
Yeah. Just rubber, it's easy, it can conform to
Gotcha.
anything.
Yeah. And you're just taking the gun and just going on the edge. Whatever you like is what you keep.
Fading it and going.
What do you do if you do one you don't like it?
You don't have, I mean,
You don't have that option?
hopefully that don't happen, because then you're going to have to sand it off and redo it.
Right.
Or come up with a way to
Fix it.
hide it and fix it.
That's how low riding shit was done, was it not? When you
Yep.
messed up, you did something else to fix it?
Yep.
From what I understand, if you got a chip in your car, well then that way you put on another panel and
Yeah,
you take
that's
that.
Watson did that with his T-Bird. That's why it ended up with panels in the panels.
Okay. I've actually done that myself.
Yep.
I painted a car and you could see through it.
Yep.
And I said, I can't do that. So we ended up making a panel job out of it, and then you couldn't see it no more.
Yep.
It worked out fantastic. And the car looks really, really, really good.
Yep.
I think it does. And that's our race car, the bubble top car. And that was a mistake on my part when we were in the rush of doing things. I didn't have it all one color.
Yep.
And you could see through so I made a panel job out of it, and it looked way better, I think, in the end, did it not?
Yep.
Yeah. So where are we at right at the present moment?
We're in A Campo.
A Campo.
Yep. It's like a 2-street town. It's actually a community.
One way in, one way out?
Yep.
Right on. And this is where you're throwing down your paint right in here?
Yep.
That shows everybody that you can do it anywheres.
Do it
If
everywhere.
Alex Gambino can do it, so can you.
Yep.
I don't think I want to though.
No.
I don't think I want to paint all that. Like I don't have it in my heart to do that.
It's patience.
Yeah. Well, also
A lot of patience.
You started when you were young and you wanted that,
Yep.
and that's why you like that.
Yep.
Right. Awesome.
Yep.
So what do you get over here for a car? 50-some Cadillac?
Yep.
And what do you got here?
Pontiac.
Pontiac. Are you doing the same sort of paint job to them ones as you're doing this one?
This one's a panel job, yeah.
A panel job.
Yep.
Right on. When you guys come to Canada to paint the Volvo,
Yep.
we won't go there, will we? That would take too much, would it not?
No, we're not going to do crazy like that. If we do a Watson style thing, it'll be like I showed you earlier. It'll be simple, just edged,
Yes.
same color, inner color,
Right.
just simple.
Cool.
Same if we did like
But like I said, it doesn't matter to me.
we did a Winfield, it'll be not crazy. It'll be just enhance some darker candy fades and all the body, sharp body lines around the lights, body shapes,
Right.
to bring all the body panels out. whatever we do, it'll be toned down and simple and easy.
Right on.
You know, where this ain't.
This ain't easy. This ain't simple.
No. And typically I'm more into the Watson, but this I wanted to do more, like I said, the LSD type shit, but 70s style and those 70s type techniques that they could have done back then.
Right. That's quite something else. Wow, that looks nice, eh?
There's a certain type of head gasket they use now. And not only that,
that's beautiful.
There's certain like thicknesses of the gas. If you don't have the correct stuff, you're going to have overheating problems. That's pretty much the bottom line with this car.
That's beautiful, Alex. That's beautiful.
You got it?
That's beautiful.
So there's another type of paint job that's not for everybody.
All right, so I'm guessing you painted this color first?
Yes.
Just the base?
The base.
Okay. And then you sprayed it this color second?
The fades, yes. So
Okay.
I would. So
You explain it to me.
so this car, the original color I wanted to be, I couldn't get. I wanted to be all pearl, not a pearl on top of a color. And
Pearl is something you put in the paint, is it not?
yes, but I was using pre-mixed pearls. I was taking a white pearl and then toning it down with purple. Well, I couldn't get it to lay without malting on big panels, like the door jambs.
What do you mean by malting?
It almost like the pearls are moving,
Okay.
where they wouldn't lay out flat and nice, or they'd blotch out. Probably because it's being too much pearl, but that's the color I wanted the car to be.
It looks
But
like looks like it is that color.
Well, it is and it ain't.
Okay.
So, just had a lot of trouble, and it was like, all right, I'm over it. I made
Carry on.
carry on. I made a light purple color and then put ice pearl on top of it.
So you were spraying this freehand.
Yeah, these
That's
I
freehand.
did. This is freehand. So I did the top of the car separate from the side. So I actually had it masked to the tip of the fin.
And you did the top half first?
Yeah, the top half of the car.
So this
first.
piece here was painted first before you painted that piece?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I actually did the top separate from this. So like that's a hard line right here. Finish the top. And then there's actually, obviously this is a Winfield inspired paint job. It's not how Gene would do it, but he's one of my bigger influences, just like Larry Watson. But on the hood, where most people don't notice, but this has the skunk stripe, like how Gene would have done. This
I can see
this
it
is a white pearl, and it's the same on the roof. It goes all the way down, probably as wide as that scoop, all the way down and onto the trunk and down to the back. So
I can see a little
this
bit.
top was done separate from the hood, the trunk, and the sides. So when I did the trunk, this is actually a hard line to separate
something?
that fade
I
from
thought
this.
that was the trunk lid.
Huh?
The trunk lid's way over here, but I
Yeah.
thought that was the trunk lid.
Yep.
Did you? Yeah.
But so this fade was real hard to do because you can't, typically you're used to painting like this.
Right.
Well, with the modern gravity feed gun, you can't do that because everything's in the way.
Right.
So I had to turn the nozzle sideways and had to do this like I'm vacuuming. So I had to get it, you know, going straight like this, and then come back lefty, or walk backwards with my right hand and then try to get it.
And it's a one-shot deal in the fades also?
One shot.
One-shot deal.
But there's plenty times on here I didn't like it, I had to sand it off. You know, I didn't really like.
So what you're saying is you didn't work out perfect the first time?
No, nothing. Whatever does.
I'm not sure.
This shit's a practice. It's like a doctor. You get better every day. You try to achieve to be better every day. When you quit getting better and think you know it all, I guess that's when
you fail.
You fail. And then same here is
hard line.
This is hard line, and then that's white pearl in this area right here. But this car is the skirts are in there, obviously.
Yeah.
Very 60s style with the Lucas Jaguar light lenses, handmade these, that inner thing with the holes drilled.
That's nice.
To the,
like I said, make a custom, drill a hole in it.
Yep, there you go. To
all these bullets?
To the bullets.
That's cool.
This was crazy hard to do because the angle, and then you got the angle going that way and the angle going this way.
Isn't it?
So to get the spacing to look even, they're different. It was fucking hard to do. I don't know how many
Fire
times.
trucking hard?
Huh?
Fire trucking hard?
Fire trucking hard, man.
Was you on LSD?
Yeah. Ricky that did the grill, I drove him crazy with this.
You did?
Yeah.
But it looks good, don't it?
I think it does. It's really 60s.
Tell me something. Can you tell me how you done that? Is that just another piece of pipe, a little thicker than that?
This was exhaust pipe,
right?
Obviously with the round right there, and then cut off, and then this is stainless steel leg pipe that
shoved inside.
Shoved inside. You can feel the back. It's
Yep.
So that way they fit tight.
Tight and right.
But it's obviously welded here, made to look like it goes inside.
Right.
But this radius right here,
yes,
has been changed. Stock, it goes like this. And I didn't like that you could see 2 inches of the inner
fender
right here. So we brought it out.
Nice job.
Yep. Then it has a Bob Devine interior. I really like Bob's interior. The headliner's done.
Nice.
Then we cut the steering wheel.
A little bullet on the end of the steering wheel.
A little bullet on the end of the steering wheel.
Beautiful.
Ice pearl everywhere.
Ice, baby.
Yep.
That's a beautiful.
It's T-Bird Todd.
T-Bird Todd?
Yeah, that's whose car it is.
T-Bird Todd. We did a 59. We sold it actually, but I cut the roof in half and ran this up to here.
Yep.
And then made a new sail panel in the back.
Yep.
The only thing I wish I would have done different is I wish I would have chopped it like a couple inches. Just a couple. Just because when I bring it forward, I had lots of sheet metal to weld it back together.
Yep.
And I could have done that because it would have pulled the front ahead a little bit, obviously, because of the post.
Yep.
And just down a little tiny bit, I think it would have made it just a little bit better. And if we ever do another one, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move it ahead, but I'm going to chop it, say a couple inches, because the roof seemed a little bit high for how short it was, you know?
Yeah.
And just a couple inches would come down. But
yeah, the 62 is similar to this, except for the spear just goes straight and stop. It doesn't go down like that.
Yeah, totally different front end on it.
Yeah.
The 50, whatever the one we did.
Oh, the one you did, yeah.
Oh, this is awesome. It's beautiful. Love the paint, Alex. I love the paint.
And we did the little scoop here, and with the, what'd you say about the custom with the holes?
Yeah, nice.
Supposed to have some fins here, but haven't did those yet.
Will you drill that, or you won't drill the hood now?
What do you mean?
Will you put fins on that? Or you wouldn't we just put stick-on fins, sort of, or two-phase tape them? If you were going to
whatever works.
Whatever you.
But if it's got to be drilled, it'll be drilled. What else can you do?
Right.
You know.
It's gorgeous. Do you like it, Jolene? I think it's gorgeous. Well done, Alex.
Thanks.
Well done. got a little bit of purple, like the beatnik.
Yeah, it was.
Is he a beatnik, this guy?
Huh?
T-Bird Todd, is he a beatnik?
No, he's not. He liked purple.
Right.
And at the time, I was, okay, we'll do purple.
It's beautiful. I like the choice of hubcaps. I like the exhaust you put on it. I like everything about it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty 60s style, mild custom.
And then you put a pearl in the clear and done the whole thing after?
Yeah, it's got more, it's all pretty much more ice pearl than actual pearl.
Yes.
Where it's kind of, Gene does a lot of that, where it kind of looks like a metal flake effect. Right. Spark gives it more sparkle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gene uses a lot of ice pearl in his stuff.
I think the two colors work perfectly. Like the fade and have that works perfectly, I think.
It's very, it's going to stand out in a sea of 1,000 cars.
Sure does.
And that's kind of, that when I do stuff, that's usually how it is. It's going to stand out amongst the rest. That's
how it goes when you want to stand out as a custom car builder, basically, do you not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Is it, did you draw another sign up there, did you?
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, Brad Masterson gave me the sign, $1,000 fine for restoring. I love that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've seen this car before in magazines. I think I've seen it at your other shop one other time too, just for a split second, but this is called?
The Busonic. This is Roy Appendroth's, I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, 55 Buick, the Busonic.
It sure don't look like a 55 Buick.
This is like no it doesn't. It's like the 4th or 5th car to have hydraulics. The gentleman that did the Exonic did the hydraulics on this.
Okay.
And what's that gentleman's name that did the Exonic?
You're gonna have to tell me that. I don't know.
I'm gonna. Damn. I'm lost right now.
And you can see, like I said, when you want to make something custom, drill a hole in it. Look at the holes I drilled in that piece. Look at the license plate holder on it. Huh? I'm guessing that's pipe that's welded together and then chromed and put on. I'm guessing exact same thing that's going on inside here. I'm guessing Cadillac taillights going in there. Obviously the bumper has been split and just made two ends on it because it just got an end on this side and it's got an end on that side. I'm thinking that the fins are made. Who painted this car last, Alex?
The way it is now, or?
The way it is now.
Okay, so there's two versions of this car. This is the first version. Both versions were done by Larry Watson. The second version was similar to this, except for it had a black vinyl top, and it was green and gold.
Okay, I've seen that.
So when this car was found, that's how it was, with the green and gold. But it was restored back to the first version. It had aircraft hydraulics done in the front. And now it has later model hydraulics.
Quite something else, eh?
This car was restored in 2002. The chrome bill on this car was like 30 grand back then, so I can imagine what it would be today. And then...
And you're talking about the chrome bill obviously would include all this stuff back there, the bumpers and the
well, the whole, everything in the motor compartment's all chrome. And obviously the bumpers. This is the exhaust right here.
That is the exhaust?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. I did not know that.
That's the exhaust. That's the original interior from 1963 that survived.
It's badass, I know that. I like the back seat. What's this? The steering wheel is a Pontiac? That's a common steering wheel for a lot of custom, but what is that?
An Oldsmobile, maybe?
Yeah. Look at the back seat in it. It's badass. And the headliner. Check that out.
Yeah, we were doing all this full fur interiors in the 70s when we had our lowriders. When I seen this car restored and I seen all the fur, that was like I said in 2002. inspired me to do fur headliner, like in the Pontiac out front in Susie's car.
I think probably inspired a lot of people. I think I got some fur in the race car we have, fur.
So it brought me back to my youth.
It probably inspired The Weeknd. The fur on the boots or something like that. How'd that go, that song? See, look at the front. I'll let you get in there and take a look at it.
It's a pretty radical, mild custom. Why it's mild is...
Yeah, what's mild about it?
Well, because it's not chopped.
Ah.
And in my opinion, mild customs just don't get the respect.
Well, let's face it, if you're doing that to a car, I mean, you're changing the whole front end of the car, and you're changing the front fender and the headlights and that sort of stuff. Another thing that's done, you can see around the headlights, a hole's been drilled in, and you guys use the exact same thing on that car.
Yep. It has it on
around the taillights?
Around the license plate.
Yeah.
The grill's even done that, where these were all individually drilled holes in the plexiglass.
Look at the bumper, look at the plate holder. Comes out with like that, and then it's pretty cool. This would all be obviously handmade, all that stuff welded together, and then that piece would be drilled and put in there and welded in there and then sent to the chromer.
Yep. I think Bill DeCard did a lot of the body work. And then right here, this is a micro switch is how it would open the door. The solenoids are messed up, so I got it taped, otherwise the solenoid keeps going on and off. I'd have to throw the battery in there to be able to open the door.
Is it for sale?
It's for sale.
So if you want to own a piece of history,
here it is.
There it is right
There's
there.
My phone number. Serious inquiries only.
Yeah, don't bug the man. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. I like got the license plate, windshield wiper deletes on it. You got windshield wiper deletes on that too, obviously. You're not driving this shit in the rain. You don't want to drive it in the rain.
I drive my shit in the rain and use Rain-X.
Right. Even the seats swivel all the way around.
Yep. I'm pretty much the only guy that's ever drove this car. Yeah, we just had a show. I did a cigars and custom cars, and I drove it from here into Lodi.
How'd it ride?
Oh, it rides
decent.
Yeah, it's like it wants to run. This thing starts right up. It wants to be driven. It's got brake issues right now that I'm going to sort out, and hopefully I'm going to drive it to the Sacramento Autorama.
Okay, that's coming up soon, is it not?
In April.
April.
Soon enough.
Appleton spotlights. I've never ever seen it. Like, I've never been able to find a pair, but they're Appletons. I read them on top of there. They're quite expensive, are they not? When you find those.
Yep. I mean, these are the set up like dummies, but for the full units with the handles that actually are going to work.
Is it a standard?
It's manual, yep.
What's this thing got for an engine in it?
Nailhead.
Okay.
1955 Buick Nailhead.
So that'd be like a 322?
I'm not too up on the CIDs of the Buicks, but yeah, something like that.
Right on. It's pretty cool though. Even the wheels are custom.
Yep.
When would this be customized?
What do you mean?
Like when would this, when it was new, or when it was like a couple years old, or because this is an old custom, is it not?
Yeah, this is a Survivor. This was finished in '63, so I think they started in like '59. I think I don't know the whole story, but which you could look up on Custom-Rama or Custom Car Chronicles.
Yeah.
All the history of this car.
Did Larry Watson paint this car the last time?
No, he didn't paint it. But I think when it was painted, he seen the car and maybe gave a few pointers to the guys that did paint it.
Would the whole car be painted this color first and then that?
I don't think they did it this way because you can feel the hard edge.
Okay.
I think they painted it like this cinnamonish root beer brown first, and then did the scallops after.
It's pretty.
Yep.
It's pretty, that's for sure.
I like it. I'm into this stuff, but I'm into the stuff that
It's history.
it's history.
That's what I like about it.
Yep.
Like it fit in anybody's collection that's into
Yep.
custom
I
cars.
really
that's for
wish
sure.
it would go to a collection that's just, I don't have the proper place for it, and
Just sit there and you can admire it.
I could use the money more than I can have the car, but it is a badass piece to have. It's nice to say this is my car.
That's
But
for
if
sure.
I don't sell it, I'm going to drive it. And I'll have a beatnik plaque in it.
There's not many cars that probably put a soft top on a car like that, eh?
Nope. Something they did for this car twice. The second version had the same top but black.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for coming back. I really appreciate it. Alex Gambino.
Thank you very much, Custom World.
He's the custom man. Are you part of the Beatniks also, are you not?
Yes,
Yes. How long have you been part of them?
probably. Well, I got in the club when I was going through my cancer, so probably 15 years.
You're a cancer survivor.
Cancer survivor. Well, how do you say it? Mother trucker,
Fire truck.
fire truck, cancer.
Fire truck cancer. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for coming back. I really appreciate it. I want to thank Alex for showing us a few cars that he's painted and things he owns, and the paint job in there blew me away. What he's doing there. Wow.
Yeah, it's, again, not for everybody.
Come back tomorrow and we'll be here. I want you to sign it.
Sign it?
Yeah, sign it like up here. I won't smoke all of it. So sign it maybe, I don't know, wherever you can sign it down where my lips may be. I'm not sure. I only smoke a little bit. Sign it here somewhere or something. If you will, please and thank you. Huh? Thanks, brother. Not everybody's got a cigar signed by Alex Gambino.
There it is there.
There it is there. Awesome.